So Ashley, what, he- how was it like to be diagnosed with uh, like MS, such a like a scary disease at such a young age?
Yes.
Oh, it was life-changing. It was, I think you said it's scary. It was really scary. And especially being so knowledgeable or thinking I was so knowledgeable. I just finished pharmacy school. I was doing my residency. So I think that I immediately thought of the worst case scenario, and I just felt like I lost all control, I was, and probably still am, a bit of a control freak. And losing control of your health is, it's the scariest thing to lose. So it took me some time to accept it. When I was first diagnosed, I love telling people this because my neurologist at the time, and as you said, I'm in Taiwan. I've also lived in the Netherlands and other parts of Canada and the US. And I've been lucky enough to have different neurologists. And it's very different because things are changing. But when I was diagnosed, the doctors told me, live your life, take your medication, and just, don't think too much about it. So it took me about 3 years to kind of overcome the depression I felt about that. Like, okay, so I have no power here. I just have to take my medication and like cross my fingers that I don't progressively get worse or have more episodes. And so then when I felt like I had accepted it with the support of my family and my now husband, I just started like doing some research. And a lot of research, but like a long story short, I just came to the conclusion that a plant-based diet and lifestyle and everything that means was a no-brainer. And so I woke up one day and I said, this is the day. And that was the day. I'm a cold turkey person. I'm an all or nothing person, like all in or not. And so I just had to do it that way. And so that's how it started.
For people, who may not be unaware, Ashley. So Ashley is describing about multiple sclerosis. I know we are referring that to as MS. So Ashley, for our viewers, can you just tell like what are the symptoms that people experience with MS? It would be nice to know.
Sure. So multiple sclerosis is what's known as an autoimmune disease. There are different kinds of autoimmune diseases, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, psoriasis, Crohn's, colitis, combo. So these are all autoimmune diseases where your immune system mistakes a part of your body as foreign and attacks your own tissues. And in doing so, causes damage. So with MS, it's your brain that gets attacked. So the symptoms vary because it depends on which part of your brain is affected. So some people might have a first episode and lose function of their legs, or not be able to see, or have like numbness and tingling up one side of their body. So so it's different for everybody. That's the hard thing with MS. So that's why a lot of people, and you guys are in Newfoundland, and I get a lot of emails from people, not just in Newfoundland, but who are getting diagnosed with MS and who have questions. And I know that the process you have to go through to get diagnosed can be really challenging, and it can be long and stressful because you have to get MRIs and lumbar punctures, and then you need to go through your clinical history. So for me, I got an MRI in my back because I was having a lot of back pain because I was a runner. And the MRI I got was given to me by a sports physician, and I thought they would tell me like I had a slipped disc or something wrong, sciatica or something. And then just out of the blue, they come in the room and they're like, oh, you have multiple sclerosis. And I was blown away. This wasn't a doctor that I knew. I wasn't going to see him again. So it was really terrifying. And I had to, when I did get a neurologist, we kind of had to backtrack, and I was having symptoms for 2 years previous, but I just didn't know because it seemed so benign to me. So I was having a classical symptom, which is called Lhermitte sign, which is like an electric shock kind of going down your back. I was having that for over a year, and I didn't really know what it was, and I never thought to look into it. And then I was having numbness and tingling and muscle spasms, and loss of feeling on the left side of my body, mostly my leg. So that's how I was diagnosed. And then it's hard to put that in a box because, like I just said, people can have a range of symptoms.
Thanks for sharing that, Ashley. So you went on this wellness journey, right? You transformed your health and then you took it to the next level. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So I took it very seriously when I decided that I was going to try as much as I could to take care of myself. I took it very seriously and I just made my whole life about it. And I'm very lucky that I had a partner who's now my husband and my family who is 100% behind me. So I just like went all in. And in going all in on a plant-based diet, on cooking for myself, on learning how to shop for vegetables, cook vegetables, how to put them together, I just realized that I was so in love with cooking and food. And I would like talk the ear off anybody about, oh, like eating is so important for health and the connection between disease and health and chronic disease and heart disease and diabetes. And it just became so obvious to me that it was something that was more than just a hobby or something that was part of like my life outside of work, because I was still working as a pharmacist. And I just knew that I wanted to take it to the next level. So I went part-time as a pharmacist. I studied holistic nutrition. And that was a really good fit for me because at the same time, I was learning how to manage stress, meditate, just different lifestyle factors as well, mind, body, soul, health, which I know you talk about and teach to millions of people, thousands of people, maybe millions of people. I don't know, hopefully. And then
on the way to millions.
then I just decided that I wanted to go to culinary school. So I moved to New York and went to culinary school to become a chef. And so I just kind of used that combination of pharmacist, nutrition, chef, patient to teach other people how to cook for themselves and make it really delicious without feeling like you have any sacrifice. And it's not hard and it's not intimidating. And in the process, I wrote 2 cookbooks.